Hello sheddies, and you join me again in my shed. You may still notice the voice is still a little bit croaky, and thanks for all the suggestions, by the way. The main one seems to be drink whiskey. There you go, says a lot about you lot, doesn't it? As a lot of you may already know, I've got a workshop at the end of my garden, so I've got all my tools up here, but sometimes you just need a hammer or a nail or a screw or whatever, so you want a little toolbox inside the house. Well, 4 or 5 years ago, I did a few videos on YouTube showing an old box that I got, a metal toolbox. It was actually used for a socket set. I picked it up for about 50 pence a pound from a car boot, and I painted it up. So I did a few videos on it, and I thought I'd revisit it because I was watching YouTube the other day, catching up on YouTube videos that I've not seen in a while. One of which, Scoutcrafter, a good friend of mine, he was making a toolbox, and it gave me an idea. I'll finish this toolbox off. So I'll show you what I've done already, and then I'll be back to you. So here it is. It's a bit dusty. It's been sat on a shelf for the last 4 or 5 years. I've done nothing else with it. As you can see, I painted it in chalk paint and then wrote toolbox on the front of it. A lot of you may say, why are you covering up the, was it Star Wall, I think it is the brand? Well, it cost me 50 pence or £1, and I wanted a nice smooth surface, so I filled it in with body filler. But I've got an idea how to store tools on the inside, and I think it's full of something already, so I can't remember what I put in here. Let's have a look and let's finish it off. So the reason I put chalkboard paint on was to write notes on there, or my wife to say, put picture up or whatever, to write it on there, and it reminds me. And I made it a little bit decorative so it can sort of hang in the house on like a hook, just here, hang it on the wall. And then obviously it's a chalkboard as well. And we like this sort of themed, vintage, rustic sort of look. So I even like the word patina. I know some don't, but there we go. So it has got a little bit of patina actually. Yeah, because I've been, it's been top of the shelf, so it's probably caught a few things over the last 4 years. So I think the first thing is I want to get a clean up, and then I'll show you what's inside. Okay, so that'll do for the time in. Just give it a squirt of WD-40 and a paper towel to clean it up. All right, let's have a look inside. So if you can see on top, just a little handle, then some catches. Right, so remember how I put a lot of things in here now. So things you just need around the house when you need them. Bit of sandpaper. Don't know why I put a full pack of matches, but one box of matches will do. Heat shrink. Now I use this, I remember. I haven't cleaned these up that well actually, but this was a few years ago. So I put heat shrink around the handles. I think I was trying to go for a yellow theme. So yeah, it worked really well. Slid this over the top and then just heated it up. So there's a pair of pliers, hammer that I've half finished. Need to cut the end off. I think I burnt that wood actually as well, just to give it a different effect. But yeah, I could clean that up a lot more, but for the time being, I just want to get it set out in this box, like I say, with some sort of fixing device. So like the foam you use in toolboxes or in drawers, but I've got a different idea, so I'll come into that in a second. So there's a hammer. Good old WD-40, Reggie. I know you like this stuff. Nice little tin there. Now, I've not put this back together, so just need to fix those back together. I've got the washer, the bolt, washer, and nuts. I've got all that. Good. Put it on the side in case I have a leaky pipe. I can go in there. A load of chalk. I need one of those. Post-it notes, yellow screwdriver, posi head, junior hacksaw, don't need more of that, small flathead, always comes in handy, tiny sharp knife, not yellow though, I wonder why I didn't get yellow, but anyway, there we go, spirit level, tiny little one, Sharpie, worth having, set of Allen keys, yellow insulation tape, obviously to match the yellow theme, an old flathead screwdriver, and the wedge for the hammer, which I won't need because I've wedged that in with pieces of wood. So what else do I need to add to this? Well, I thought, first of all, tiny tape measure. It's a bit battered actually, you could do the clean up, but I'll do that later. So tiny little tape measure, 2 meters long, that'll fit somewhere in there. Adjustable spanner, that restored a few months back, that'll go in there. What else? What am I missing? As I say, these are things that I just need at hand. Nothing, no specialised jobs, just things that I could just do with grabbing it when I need it. Pencil. So we'll stick a pencil in there as well, yellow one. And I think that'll do for what I need. So, my idea. You may have seen foam that's cut out for drawers and toolboxes. Doug at Fleet's Woodshop, he did a great tutorial on using foam and cutting it out to fit your tools in. But I thought of something else. Let me just show you. A bag of corks. So, my idea. Oh, just to mention as well, I used little rubber grommets for the feet on the underside of here, and they've got these little bolts with nuts fixing them in place, so I'll have to work around them. But anyway, my idea, corks set all the way around here, and then once I've set them in place, maybe using hot glue gun to fix them down onto the base, get it completely flat, so I might need to sand it, I'm not sure yet. Then maybe put masking tape over the top, draw an outline of where everything wants to go, and then I was thinking of using my router with a tiny bit to cut out all the shapes with the correct depth as well, depending on what tool's going in there. Might work, might not. I thought about using a Stanley knife to cut the shapes out, but it might be a bit fiddly to get them out, the rest of the material out there of the cork. So yeah, I think I'll use the router. But first of all, let's get these corks in the right place. Right, so I'm start laying out the tools on this masking tape, and then get an idea of where I want to put everything, and then I'm going to router out the shapes. Now some are different depths than others, that's about 10 mil, so I think what I'll do is write on each one what depth it needs to be. Let's get on with it. Firstly, cut the end off this. There we go. I'll neaten it up another time, but at least the end's off. Okay, so I've decided that's all I'm going to put in the toolbox for the time being. I may make something at the back here to put the Allen keys on, and maybe some insulating tape, but that'll do me, just the essentials in the house. Right, let me just draw around them. Okay, so there's the outline. Let's work out the thickness of everything. So tape measure 21.5 mil. 21. Let's make this a bit more clearer. 21. Hammer, thickest part, 24 mil. Let's make this outline a bit better. See what I'm doing. Right, there we go, outline of everything, and then a number or millimeters of the depth I need to go down to. So I'll get my router, and that's the bit I'm using. The smallest one I've got is probably, what is it, 5 mil diameter. So it should get in all the small nooks and crannies, but let's give it a whirl anyway. Might not work this, but in it to win it, let's give it a go. Right, let's just try that out. It goes in. It's holding in place as well. I suppose I can tweak this a bit at the end just to make sure it seems to fit okay. Probably I should. Is that going to shut though? Get these out of the way. So I was going to put little finger holes, you know, so I could grip the tool and take it out. But if I leave them protruding from the surface, providing there's enough room with the lid shut. Oh, just, yeah, that's enough room. Yeah, so maybe I'll leave them just protruding a little bit and then grab them like that. Comes out fairly easy. Good, right, let me crack on. Right, that didn't go to plan. You know when you do a job and you're halfway through it and you think, oh, I'm going to finish it anyway. Well, let me just show you. Right, so I got it all cut out, but it's not the ideal material for use on this. I had this idea of using cork, and I thought, oh, it might work, but you give these things a try and just see if it works out or not. Well, this didn't. And I'm sure it's not the safest way of using a router anyway. But anyway, I've done it. I've got the majority of the tools to fit. The smaller details, the smaller tools I've left out. I'm probably going to rethink this and make something completely different. It might take another 4 or 5 years. I nearly didn't put this video out, but I'm doing you an injustice if I didn't put it out, just to show you these failures happen. And it's not failure, it almost does the job. So let me show you. So, fits in there okay. Almost fits in there. Did. Tape measure next to it. Goes in. Pliers down there. Okay. Hacksaw, junior hacksaw. In there. Locks in. Like I say, this isn't the ideal material. Corks. It may look effective. Does it look effective? I don't know. Screwdriver. Pop it in there. Hammer. Slots into there. And spirit level. Almost fits in there. Might need a bit of tweaking, but it's a little tool set for the house. I think what I'm going to do is make some Velcro like pockets in here and put screws, nails, little. If you notice, I've missed the knife out. What else have I missed? Pencil that's not in there, so I might just do a little rack in there. For now, done. That's the main reason for us having a shed or a workshop, so we can experiment with things. We have an idea, we put it into practice, and then just see if it works or not. But anyway, I've had some fun doing it. Except when the corks were falling apart, then I wasn't having that much fun. I was going to say, collect all your wine bottle corks up and then make something like this, but yeah, I'll not be collecting wine bottle corks anyway. I'll still be drinking wine, but not collecting the corks. Made a bit of a break from work, day job, and renovations at home, and I think this will sit nicely in some part of the house when we finish renovating it. So I think we'll have a glass of wine now, or a glass of whiskey, or maybe both. I did get a bit frustrated with this, and I'm not totally happy with it, but at least I know now using cork instead of foam wasted time. There we go. Anyway, I appreciate you for watching. I'll see you next time. Take care. Cheers.